Hello and welcome to the FaceIt League Master Division. My name is Oliver Day and I'll be your play-by-play caster for today's fixture. I'm joined by the amazing Froggo, who will be your color caster. What's on today's match, Froggo?
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good match today. We've got some good teams coming up today, and I hope to see just how well they can play together and how well they can fight each other. I just want to see what happens. What are your thoughts on today's matches?
I mean, I do think, given the current standards, Orion, I think will definitely win today's game. It's just because they're higher in the standings. They've won 3 matches, of course, only dropping 1. Whereas on the other hand, OGREALM have only 1 win in their last 4 games, so it's quite tight. But beautiful. So we'll see the Orion roster now. Very strong lineup. Rexer, solid tank, and loves to play definitely that that Hazard, a very strong champion. I mean, overall, it's a nice lineup, to be fair. I mean, very talented roster. But yeah, very strong, solid all around.
That's about what you expect. And the current meta, Hazard obviously very strong. Sojourn's always been strong ever since Overwatch 2 came out.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Tracer, definite hazard for most people. I mean, like, if you need to obviously mark that Tracer, it does reduce that sort of numbers advantage in the team fights. I believe we go to the next roster. We'll see OGREALM's roster. Michael Luke on the Malga. To be fair, a strong pick. Malga's still pretty up there in the rank ladder. Definitely a minimum A tier tank. Always at the top. Always good no matter what. And obviously we're seeing the Kiriko and Lucia backline. A very mobile backline. We'll probably be looking to dive in with this Malga when he goes in quite heavy with them charges.
Yeah, I mean, Kiriko will be very good simply because the Ana, Suzu, anti, that's basically what's been controlling the meta for ages now. The Ana antis, the Kiri Suzus, and then goes back and forth.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Kiriko, very just strong counter pick in general
for
that Ana. I mean, obviously, trying to look to burn down and just stop that healing coming from that Malga. Obviously, that's the reason behind the Ana pick. However, I do think that, 2 solid lineups from both teams and obviously 2 solid rosters. It just depends how we sort of see them.
I think it'll be a war of utility. I think it'll be to see whatever cooldown has to come out first, and then they will use the utility on the other side to just run the fight until one of the team gets killed.
Absolutely. I mean, overall, I think it's just, obviously, with that Malga shout and that Malga charge, it is just so good to see. It's quite entertaining form of Overwatch. I mean, if he can get the follow-up from that slam, and if he can actually land that slam, then obviously it's just an easy kill. A simple headshot follow-up from that Sojourn. Simple rail on that, and it's fine. It's absolutely doable. I mean, overall, I think both teams just solid rosters all around, and obviously I do slightly think that Orion, they just are the better team, and obviously coming into this
given the stats I'm looking at,
absolutely. I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, OGREALM's current placement is 19th in the standings compared to
Orion's
8th. So it's quite a big differential, 11 gaps in between there. But no, it's not completely over. I mean, obviously, OGREALM, they're growing into this tournament. I'm sure they'll be able to build upon their previous win and obviously build on that and hopefully raise a better standard of Overwatch and just continue to keep betting better and to keep competing.
I think this will be a fight of mentality. As long as you keep your cool, keep playing, I think both teams have a real solid chance of winning this.
Absolutely. I mean, if it's just a very strong pick. I mean, obviously, we are just waiting for hands to come in. We are slowly starting the draft. I mean, who would you sort of look to ban here? Obviously, I would look to ban definitely the Hazard because of how strong he is.
Yeah, Hazard could be a good ban. This is personal, but I might get rid of Kiri. But if Kiri gets banned, then that's just Ana. What do you do? I'd say maybe a Malga ban, but Malga's he's kind of fell from grace a little bit. What about you? What would you like to get gone?
I mean, I would just ban the Hazard. I think that champion is just way too strong, and obviously he is just a constant nuisance. He's so strong. He essentially has 4 males. You know, obviously we're part-time League Legends. If you shoot him while he's holding his left click, he just will not die. And obviously you'll take some of that damage as well. It's a very, very strong champion. Obviously he's very tanky, just very mobile in general. But I mean, obviously it's so much strong that we're looking at. I think both.
I'm excited to see what maps we end up on. I'm not sure if they've banned maps yet, but it'd be very good to see how they play the maps. You know, the different angles and high grounds that they might be able to get access to, or the lack of it if they have a hazard jumping up that year.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, if you are running this sort of comp, you want to utilize as much off angles as possible. I think definitely just shut down that,
especially if you're running
space
like Soja and Tracer. It's just queen of angles there.
Absolutely. I mean, they are still. Yeah, I think we are just voting on the last map. Once that is sorted, we will be heading into our first match. But very, very exciting here as both teams are looking to get completely underway. And I believe...
How do you think this will go then? Do you think it'll be a little bit of a squabble, or do you think it'll be a bit more even?
I think it will be, you know, obviously I think it will be slightly one-sided just because Orion are a good team, but obviously that leaves room for OGREALM to come and be the underdogs, to come in and take this by complete surprise. I believe the lineup is being finalized as well as the map selection. The first map being Samoa, a very, very strong map indeed. And obviously the hero bans coming in for game 1, Wrecking Ball and Torbjorn being banned. Now, Wrecking Ball is the sort of count. Yeah, it's Torbjorn and Wrecking Ball, obviously the counter to this sort of hazard meta. Just able to burn down him quite a lot. Obviously, that turret
not to mention, it's just quite annoying to go against in general, right? They're always being poked, so you're always being dived. You just get a hamster coming up and slamming down on your backline. So
obviously with Hazard, he doesn't have much peel. Obviously he can sort of come back, but obviously he just can't really sort of support his supports in that sort of sense.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if we get to Dorado today. That'll definitely be an interesting.
Absolutely.
Samoa will definitely be an interesting first game as we head into game.
An amazing sort of scene here on Samoa. Now, to be fair, not really a popular map, I would say. It's definitely absolutely not. For me personally, I would never choose to go on this map. I would absolutely pick somewhat more comforting like Lijiang or somewhat more comforting.
That's fair, yeah.
But you know, Samoa, the map is selected, and obviously the 2 bans in mind, Hammond and Torbjorn being banned.
Ramatra pick on the side of Orion.
I mean, obviously they're starting with the TP. There's probably be a TP from spawn and maybe a swap to probably that Tracer. But we are seeing that sort of dive style from OGREALM. Obviously with the meta.
The OG divers in there, Genji, of course.
Absolutely. We will see both Sims TPing from spawn. Now, I'm not sure, you know, if maybe they sort of run with this. But I think they will... yeah, they will swap to the Tracer indeed. Yeah, that's what I've sort of predicted. Meanwhile, they are sticking with the Ram. Now, the Ram's quite crucial here. The Ram probably just looks to basically just play for a little bit slower, but then will occasionally walk on once that Lucio amped his speed. Now, the Hazard just trying to claim a little bit of space here. Meanwhile, that Ram is very, very far forward. The Hazard wall deployed. Not going to be able to walk past it, but this Ram is so tanky. He's going to keep on walking through. Hazard falling very, very low. No kills yet so far, but they have taken a lot of space here, Orion. Will have that first flip off the point.
Yeah, I think that was a very good play from Rexer. He made sure, although he goes down now, he made sure to take up that space. But I think he just didn't manage to back up enough in time. He got punished by it with the hazard wall. Of course, the Sojourn was just there to shred him down.
Indeed, a very, very first good pick. Now we will see that swap immediately onto the hazard to sort of mirror that composition. But the meta obviously being the go-to pick for both teams. Now it's a very, very good start here for OGREALM. Obviously, they did lose a little bit from the start, but they got the kill, and that was important. It made it Orion and back out. Now, we are seeing picks galore as... Oh, maybe not. No, just manages to live. I'd say very, very good performance by Offie on that Kiriko.
Yeah.
Suzu after Suzu saving their amazing...
Rexer goes down again.
After hours finding Rexer. Meanwhile, Galvin will find After Hours in the meantime. Barry Allen finding Fabe. Excellent play all around here by Orion. Able just to come back. But look, they do flip the point, but then again, it's not the end of the world for OG round. 34% on the percentage counter now. How was that fight for you, Finn?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think a secret underdog that wasn't that noted because of the PFEs was the Lucio. He was perfectly able to give the speed and heal equally, so that the Galwin, the Sojourn, was able to perform. As well as the Kiriko was also there to give her torpedoes. I think it's a very good performance overall for everyone.
Indeed, we are seeing both walls being used from both Hazards and the sound barrier being used a little bit early here. Obviously, it does give the advantage for Orion to sort of walk in.
Down goes Rexa.
Wow, Rexa goes down again. I mean, very, very weak performance on the tank.
Big beat coming in though by
massive
beat. To take down after hours.
Massive beat indeed, which allows Yavai to kill. So Vi to kill 2 and Barryan to clean up and also find 2. Can he get the 3? Yes, he can. A beautiful clip onto Noxu.
Absolutely saving that team fight.
Absolutely.
Rexa may have went down, but they were able to perform a high enough standard where they could just kill them because they had the overhealth from the beat. Absolutely phenomenal play from Orion.
I mean, Rexa obviously going down a lot in these first team fights, but just has the team is just able just to revolve around that. Like they said, very, very nice sound barrier to keep them into the fight. Meanwhile, after us, we'll find Galwin. And Pulse Bomb not going to find anyone, but the damage is there. But Rexa will find Toxic. Meanwhile, Barriana will clean up and find after us. Trade for trade currently for the last fight. I mean, obviously, one tank is still alive. Meanwhile, the Genji does have Blade. Is he going to use it? No, he's not.
No.
Galwin looking. Now he will try and put the Blade. Won't going to find much. So immediately shut down by Galwin. Excellent play by Orion to secure them. The first round.
Yeah, I think that was just good auto economy. The Genji is the support's diet. He just had no other choice. He had to ult. It was the last ditch effort. But unfortunately, that he will be struck down by the Sojourn.
It's a very, very strong performance by Orion. You know, they did, to be fair, they did have a couple of decent fights there, OG round. Occasionally, when After Hours gets that pick first, they just need to sort of follow up from that. Obviously, they lose. Obviously, they gain the man advantage every time Rexa dies. They just need to use that man advantage.
Absolutely. As we're heading into the second round, where it's again a Symmetra for Orion, they seem to be a lot more on it. I think so long as OG round play a bit more together, a little more communicated, then they could absolutely win the second round and head into a final round. But for now, we'll see what happens as Orion goes through the middle while OG round goes straight to the point.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously Orion getting there a little bit quicker thanks to the Symmetra TP. Meanwhile, both as it's diving in. Meanwhile, after us, we'll find Galwin. An excellent play all around here by OG round. Meanwhile, Barry Allen in the backline does find Alfie. Meanwhile,
Noxu off the map.
Oh no, what happened there? I mean, After Hours does manage to clean up and does find Rexa. Meanwhile, Toxic will find Vi in the meantime. But very, very shaky there for Noxu in that first fight.
We'll just say it was a very delayed Lucio boot for his honor.
I mean, a very delayed indeed. But no, 11% thus far on percentage counter. A very, very nice pick again by After Hours. After Hours being definitely the leading light for this OG round team, as Orion just put out a little bit. Rexa will go down once more, but thanks to Noxu. But very, very good team play here. Now they're close to that overclock. Building up to them ultimates, starting to gain a little bit of an ult advantage early into this game. OG round not going so quickly, and what a shot again. Galwin on this Sojourn popping off. Amazing play, Finn.
Yeah, as I was saying, they're playing a lot more together. They're probably coming a lot more if we could hear their comms. But I want to also highlight After Hours. He's absolutely going crazy this round.
Indeed, I mean, I must say, he's definitely been the leading light. Just manages to find these picks. You just need to sort of kite the rail every time the Sojourn has it. And obviously just try not to walk into a straight line. Meanwhile, the Suitor will be used. Toxic will find Morales. Good follow-up here from both teams in a sense. Both teams trading for trade. Meanwhile, Rexa will clean up and find free. The Pulse Bomb used to try and burn down Toxic. Toxic would just try and stall for as long as possible. But they did commit both the Kiriko Rush and the Pulse Bomb for Orion. They didn't really use anything apart from the overclock for OG round. So that is a good fight for OG round.
Yeah, OGREALM's coming in with the Kitsune rush, the Lucio beat, as well as the Hazard ult. This can easily be a good fight for them to win.
They will go early with the rush. Meanwhile Rexa taking a little bit of damage, tries to fall back here. The root is used, will find them, but the beat is there, and also the Kiri scissor is used. Meanwhile, after hours will find Gralis. Toxic finding Bai in the meantime. Meanwhile, Barry Allen in the backline. Excellent performance. Does manage to find two. After hours does clean up and find Rexa. Now, Barry Allen staying alive here. Noxu needs help. Meanwhile, thanks to Toxic.
Gets away on
Excellent
10
play
HP.
by Barry Allen. Gets away on 10 HP indeed. Very, very, very close fight there.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Galwin with the overclock does find After Hours. They can come forward here, Orion. Stepping forward onto the point, trying to force that flip. They will just stall here for OGREALM. Blade is used, will find one, but will go down. Sojourn Beam. Meanwhile, Barry Allen cleaning up to find Babe, and obviously Gralis finding Toxic. They do manage to flip it for Orion. So not over yet for OGREALM. I mean,
Orion, sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah. True, yeah, of course. But then again, OGREALM looking to get this last flip. They are close to that, sorry, the Sojourn Railgun. But then again, they do have the Pulse Bomb in the meantime and the Kitsune Rush. It's how they use his ultimates, Orion, to sort of stay alive in this game. So they will probably start it up, but beautiful. Beautiful from Barry Allen. Finds After Hours. Beautiful stick indeed. Excellent play on this Tracer. Absolute stellar performance. Rexa does find Toxic in the meantime. Now, Orion taking claim in this second round. Will look to try and force that first map win. Finn, coming into this last fight, what are you sort of expecting from OGREALM?
OGREALM, they're coming up on some more elements. There might be overclock. I expect After Hours will want to try and perform here. This Noxu, maybe they could coordinate a dive very well, but Barry Allen's absolutely just harassing the backline. I think they might have to swap to a more heal heavy, but I don't think there's time.
No time indeed. Trying to find that overclock. Meanwhile, this Kiri being harassed so much by Barry Allen. Barry Allen solo to escape there. Meanwhile, the Kitsune Rush is used for Orion. And that will be a second kill coming in after they do find After Hours. Toxic just trying to find something here. Not going to find it. Meanwhile, Vi on this Lucio, cleaning up the Reddit Lucio, finding kills. Meanwhile, the pulse is used, and that will be Orion taking the first map.
Game one goes to Orion. I think they were just more coordinated. I think it's just simple. They were just on it. I think Galwin was absolutely insane that game on the Sojourn. Barry Allen was being an absolute backline menace. Rexa was tanking them all. And the Lucio and Kiri were just, doing some normal support things. But yeah, that was very well played from everyone involved on the Orion. Hopefully OGREALM will have a little think between games and come back to the next one with a passion.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, I think if I'm not mistaken, Barry Allen coming in there with 30 eliminations and only 3 deaths. An excellent stellar performance on that Tracer. I mean, to be fair, it was kind of that pivotal part, just able to just shut down that Sojourn. And to be fair to I can't remember the name already, but obviously OGREALM Sojourn player, just able to be After Hours, being that lighting light, but then again, able just to shut down. And obviously we will be looking to go into Blizzard's world here, and obviously that Tracer will have a lot more space to sort of roam.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot more high ground is present in Blizzard world on both the control point and the payload. Less towards the end area, but there is still a higher up in the castle area, but depends on if we even get there. What do you think we'll see?
I mean, I think we might see a little bit of pokey composition here. I mean, probably some troll picks from the spawn immediately. They'll probably swap to something more meta fitting, but who knows? We could see more of a pokey composition. It is possible indeed. I mean, let's say I think Siga's gone a little bit under the radar. I mean, Sigma, an okay champion all around. I mean, obviously very good on the defense, and obviously I think I wouldn't really play a Hazard on the defense unless you were playing that counter dive style. I mean, now obviously they've gone with the D.Va, sort of control that high ground, and obviously Zen to poke from afar.
Obviously, it's a lot easier to get onto high ground with D.Va than it might be with Hazard, because you might underestimate how much you're actually going to levitate when you use the jump. With D.Va, you can just thrust her up, get a lot of damage, potentially even one-shot someone. But the D.Va is just great. You got the DM. protects the Zen and the Ana, very immobile supports, which could fall victim to, you know, Genji and Sojourn.
Absolutely, and obviously Noxu on this Genji will look to be diving that both. Oh, that support line is a very tasty treat. But to be fair, so will Toxic. OGREALM, you know, I think really well overall. I mean, meanwhile, Barry Allen will be immediately found by After Hours. After Hours learning from last game, and they will be pushing forward here. Rexer on the defense, just trying to steal for the support, but they do have the man advantage to OGREALM.
I want to credit Toxic for that Barry Allen pick, because he manages to find out where the Tracer was, get them down to half, and then there wasn't even a fully charged Sojourn right click needed.
Indeed, I mean, obviously, they are back in the work sort of contested. That Juno falling really low. Fave gone. And obviously 2 ticks on the board now, but meanwhile, they're just finding this backline so easily. Gralis and Vi not able to live on this Zen Ana. And they will take first point here.
Yeah, they might have to swap up the supports a little bit. There's just too mobile on the side of OGREALM. Kiri, Genji, Sojourn, Hazard.
Indeed, I think they might play for that Ana just because the nano boost is close. But they might look to swap that pretty soon. It's just a very difficult composition to play into. Meanwhile, Vi, out of nowhere, manages to find After Hours. A beautiful Zenyatta volley. Excellent play. And it will be a 5v4, but they will still keep pushing because the cart is so close. OGREALM just trying to get a little bit of progress.
OGREALM don't really have nothing to be afraid of at this early into the map. If they really push up right next to the payload, where they might have to be a little concerned. But other than that, they've got... The Marianne actually goes down, actually. Hold on a second.
After Hours, it's trading back and forth. This Sojourn and the support. I mean, obviously, Barry Allen being found once again, being found earlier in this game as well. Definitely learning from the sort of from the weaknesses of the previous game. Then definitely, obviously, Barry Allen being in such a threat. After Hours will find Golwyn. In the meantime, the Zenyatta Transcendence used. Try and heal up that Diva. Then again, they will stay alive. I don't think it will be enough. An excellent Suzu used. That Brig getting so much value from a flail. Managing to get a passive up. Noxu, though, excellent play. And After Hours, what a shot onto Barry Allen. Finding them every single inch of this map. No escape for Barry Allen in this first round.
Yeah, After Hours is coming in with a vengeance this game. He wants this to go all the way to game 5, potentially. Indeed,
OGREALM just going back into this. A very stellar performance thus far. 5 minutes to attack. Final point. And obviously would give them quite a happy advantage. Diva one used to remake.
Self-destructs.
Indeed, it will force a self-destruct. But to be fair, for most common Divas, that's typical just to remake. It's not that much of a high-value ultimate. Meanwhile, we do see the swap over to the Torbjorn, and Torbjorn not being banned in the second game.
Yeah, now, Lucio was in fact banned. I think that's an understandable ban, considering, you know, all the walls, especially in this area.
Indeed.
But also just the innate value, the speed boost, and the beat gives.
Meanwhile, Toxic, an excellent route, but won't get any follow-up from it, though. Rexer manages to burn down Toxic, but we'll have to play a little bit slower, because obviously there's less healing coming from that backline, and obviously the Kiri can provide. But the overall good performance here by OGREALM, but they will have to finally... It's probably their first attack. They've sort of had to just back away and just stop pushing for them.
Yeah.
But healthy time bank on the board. 4 minutes.
Yeah, they've got time to spare with this. Obviously, they don't want to bring it all down, but I think they considered, oh yeah, we lost After Hours. Our main source of damage is gone. Yeah. We'll just reset and then we can come back and try again.
Indeed, I mean, very strong performance. The Katana Rush coming online for OGREALM. Now, how will Orphe use it? Probably just run it down the center of the choke, and which they will. Meanwhile, the Juno Ray being used. Huge torpedoes.
Oh!
Unlucky, but not to follow up from the damage. But meanwhile, the Rexer is there to sort of clean up. Noxu falling really low, will be burnt down. Them torpedoes coming in really clutch for Orion. Barry will also find Noxu in the meantime. Meanwhile, Toxic does find Vi. Vi getting a little bit too aggressive. Shut up from the rest of the team. Meanwhile, I think they will have to back out here, OGREALM. That Torture is just able just to push them back a little bit. Just a constant nuisance for the Hazard to sort of push in. The Suzu used very early into this fight. Now they need to be sort of careful here, trying to fall too. Any silly damage. I mean, overclock being used. Meanwhile, the Brig counters with a rally, but it's an excellent rally. And they will drive forward here. Meanwhile, Gowan will shut down After Hours. Excellent play all around here by Orion, growing into this game. The support's really coming online here, showing their worth.
That was a big wriggle, I have to say. See, being able to notice that the Sojourn used overclocking, being able to shut that down immediately, that was very good coordination on the side of OGREALM.
Yeah, I mean...
No, Orion.
Orion, yeah, all good. The Orion, I mean, obviously, that's a really nice Brig ultimate Brig rally, like you said. But meanwhile, Galwin will go down to some shurikens, I believe, from Noxu. Probably some follow-up damage from, I believe, After Hours. They are going to push the point a little bit closer to the edge. 2 minutes on the clock. They need to push this with some time to spare in order to get a minute left and rather not go into that overtime stage. Noxu, in the meantime, getting the both supports really low. The root being used. Noxu will clean up in the backline. Suzu missed for Fab, but it will be all good as they do survive the D.Va defense matrix After Hours, cleaning up onto that baby D.Va. And that's a good push by OGREALM.
Yeah.
They've
Signs
sort
of life.
Back. Absolutely.
Signs of life from Orion, though. They did not want to give that up without a fight. Although OGREALM did a really good job to communicate those dives, Orion was really good at counteracting that and being able to push back so that they managed to go from 5 minutes down to 1 minute 43. I can only wonder what they're going to do on the attack side.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Orion, being pretty sort of shaky at that first start in the defense, but then they've sort of recollected themselves. The nerves have finally calmed, and now they're back into the zone. But OGREALM, a very, very strong performance on that attack.
Yes, absolutely.
Could take a lot of positives from that first round. Now, how will they set up on the defense?
They could be quite bunkerish, but as you can see, they're not really changing much. Classic Kiri, Genji, Juno. Yeah, it's about the same. Orion's got a Tor, but do you think they'll stick with that?
I think they might. I think the Tor was just able to, just sort of help that defense a little bit, just to be a constant nuisance. A little bit of extra damage onto them diving targets when they dive in.
Yeah, Tor, just in general, extra poke, good zone control with the molten core, deceptively high headshot damage on his rivet gun. I think that could work very well into this comp. Big headshots from both Gowan and Barry Allen. They've clearly got the skills for it, so why not?
Indeed. I mean, obviously, OGREALM starting quite far forward on this defense. But then again, they do have the mobile support.
Further than Orion was.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, taking a little bit of early poke thus far. Obviously, the Tor damage being very, very, very dangerous.
Oh my god.
Forcing After Hours really low there, but will manage to live. They will take the high ground here, the right side high ground, Orion, and they will try and sort of force their way in here. Toxic does sort of create a kill box here. They have trapped this Rexa onto the point, but they'll follow up with any kills. Meanwhile, support for DPS in the trades. I mean, obviously not ideal for Orion. They'll sort of have to back away here, but they can just stay a little bit. They do have that Torb just to poke down. Meanwhile, Barry Allen falling really low. Meanwhile, no armor for Rexa. I don't know why he's still pushing in. Really, really, really low.
That's there we go. We believe in his supports.
Indeed. I mean, Toxic finding Gowan in the meantime, and they will have to sort of back out here, Orion. Good defense so far for OGREALM. Not conceding first points so early. No ticks on the board, which is very, very clean this, I believe, 2 minutes into the first round.
I will
exactly
say,
what you want to see.
I believe the reason they haven't managed to make the progress is that they didn't lose someone that early. If you remember, Orion lost their Tracer really early on Barry Allen because the Hazard and the Sojourn were able to take them out coordinately. But they played very tight, very together, so they've not been able to fall apart on the side. I'd say as After Hours goes down to Rexa.
Indeed, it's a massive Juno Ray. The Molten Core being used as well. A very, a heavy commit here. Oh, and the rally as well.
Okay. Yeah, not to cast as curse, but they did use a lot of ultimates to claim
They did.
that.
They free ults for that point. I don't think they really need the rally unless they're swapping, but I don't think they are. I don't think the rally was sort of needed, but that's good for OGREALM. They've got the ult advantage now.
We've seen the top there, Barry Allen took himself to spawn and swap to Genji. support no
Genji
longer
pick, very nice.
needable here.
We'll be able to just move around this map a lot better. Obviously, they have less peel because that Brig enabled to bash that Genji away. And obviously, Toxic getting a little bit too eager there. We'll find, well, we'll find a bullet to the head. Well, a shuriken to the head, more like, as Barry Allen will find him. And they'll be sent back to spawn here. Obviously, we'll sort of defensively here. Orion taking that right side and that left side high ground. Go and trying to get that off angle. Will be forced downstairs. The route being used, but meanwhile, does go down indeed. Meanwhile, Barry Allen in the backline does find both supports. Excellent play by Barry Allen.
Oh my god,
finds
Barry Allen
as well. But will be shut down by Toxic. But I do think they'll have to back away here. They do not have the support advantage. Barry Allen, excellent play all around. Very strong performance there. No, then again, it's a solid performance by Orion. Barry Allen definitely being a key player for them.
Barry Allen's putting on the pressure. He's being up there and everywhere.
Indeed, I mean, obviously on this Genji and these Tracer, very strong hitscan player. Now, being used, but meanwhile, Gratis will shut down Noxie with a blade. OGREALM looking a bit shaky on this defense now. A little bit of momentum has swung Orion's way. They are going to keep pushing here. Just shows the power of that backline. Obviously the Brig and obviously the Juno able just to heal and obviously shut down any dive targets that come to that Sojourn, like we just saw there. The kill onto Noxu from Golan and the help of Vi. Very strong play here by Orion on the offense. Sort of steamrolling a little bit, but 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the board. They are looking, you know, they've got one person on card.
They have Satellite, they got Blade, they also got Rally.
Indeed. I mean, it's just very touchy on the defense here, OGREALM. They do have a couple ultimates online. They just need to, you know, they're affording a little bit too much space, ideally. Susie used quite early.
And just farm Juno ultimate, use that to save them.
Indeed, but the Juno Blade being used, we just not looking to dive in thus far. Don't think we'll find anyone. Barry Allen falling really low. Needs to try and live here. Will not be spotted by Toxic. But meanwhile, an excellent Juno Ray in the meantime by Fab. Fab able to land a beautiful torpedo, which enables Toxic to clean up too. Excellent play by
I want to give credit to Alfie there, actually. They managed to use the increased you know, bullet speed from their Fuda inside a casino rush to help keep their team alive. They managed to out-heal the Genji Blade, and the Genji just unfortunately get no value.
Indeed. I mean, meanwhile, Galwan finding Alfie in the meantime, just as the praise, the commentator's curse. Toxic getting a little bit too eager, won't find much. Meanwhile, Barry Allen in the meantime getting reset after reset. He's just killing everyone. Galwan cleaning up too. Barry Allen has definitely been sort of threat to this backline. You need to look at this. Maybe the swap to the Brig could be worth, but then again, it's around the same sort of time. 2 minutes on the board. They can stop the defense here. A nice route used, a huge deflect. The Brig rally coming forward now, and it will be a nice route from the Hazard. Finding two. Garwin cleaning up, finding one. Excellent play. That will be a very close defense. Roughly the same sort of time. I think, yes, 4 second difference.
4 seconds.
Both
that was impeccable from Orion. The dive course there must have been absolutely insane in the VC right there. Indeed. They were just on it. Barry Allen was going on whoever Darwin was shooting at. That was just perfect from the DPS right there.
Indeed. I mean, obviously that Brig rally, as soon as that Brig rally came out, the Hazard ult follow-up, and then the Genji just diving in. Excellent play by Orion. They are a very well-coordinated team. OGREALM, you know, obviously putting in a decent shift on defense. Obviously, both sides, a very close game, I would say, thus far. Now, obviously, how do they sort of attack here? OGREALM, because they have, well, smaller amount of time, they will be attacking first. Now, obviously running the same sort of composition, Finn. How would you sort of think they'll sort of set up on this attack?
I think they might want to consider the high ground, like as they are right now. But other than that, I think OGREALM I think they just need to get a bit of a more communication going. Maybe just have everyone look at who they're calling. You know, classic goat style. Just look at someone.
Right, look at someone and just
down.
eliminate them.
Yeah. I think they also need to try and take a lot more space. There were a lot, although they did manage to get first point really early. It was the rest of the map where they really slowed down.
Indeed. I mean, Orion on the defense here. Just sort of backing out. Obviously, OGREALM looking to take a little bit of space.
Ryan took a much more aggressive defense than they did last time, though.
Indeed, there was sort of they went for that sort of poker composition and just recognised that didn't really work. Meanwhile, OGREALM are not through on the flank. We'll look for this Brigitte. Healing is so good from this Juno, and the Brig will try and shut down. Meanwhile, Noxie falling really low in his backline, needs a little bit of support. The shield back's being used for the Brigitte, but an excellent shield bash. Meanwhile, after I was going down earlier in the previous fight, will sort of back out. Now both teams still contesting this first point, no tick gained yet. So as it stands, we're still looking for that draw, but there we go. The tick will be gained. Now both teams cannot draw this game.
Ooh,
only going to be
really
one winner.
low.
And obviously, meanwhile, the supports for Orion staying in this game, finding two. This Brigitte with this Juno team able to find two, but I think it will be in vain, sadly. An absolute warrior on the Brig is by, but it will be in vain, sadly. Goldwyn sneaking will be shut down. Very, very smart play by Toxic, shutting down that defensive point there.
So Rexer does manage to get the touch.
It did manage to get the touch, and Babe really, really forced to back out here. Does have that Juno Ray once again. An excellent hazard ultimate being used. Will find loads of them. Needs to use that Ray now if they want to stay alive. Which they hold out. They're being really, really determined. Susie being used.
Playing insane.
Absolutely insane. I mean, excellent play by Nox in the meantime. Will find both supports. Will be shut down by Rexer. Rexer not going to be able to do much here. We'll probably just look to back out. But they are in overtime. Now, obviously, only ult being available.
There. They managed to recognize the Genji blade, managed to hit a really quick Suzu, and then when the Genji turned to him, they teleported away. Absolutely insane play there. Nothing but credit to them.
If I'm not mistaken, they must have fallen down to like 25 HP. Just living. Excellent, sweaty monitor right there. Honest to God. But no, they do have the hazard ult here online for Rexer. No ult on the side of OGREALM. They will look for that hazard ult. It's a massive hazard ult. Will trap free, but and again, the Susie being used. Barriana does find Toxic. Good play all around. The pulse bomb missed, but they will C9. No one's able to get onto the point here for OGREALM. And obviously some kill feed kills coming up after the round had ended, but not a bad start for OGREALM. Definitely holdable. Absolutely doable.
It's up to Orion now to see if they can push past that and see if they can go all the way to where OGREALM made it. It's definitely doable for both the teams. I think it's just going to come down to, once again, calling, sticking together, diving as a team.
Absolutely. Obviously, Orion would sort of basically stick with that same sort of composition that they've sort of been running throughout today's fixtures.
I do want to point out, you can absolutely see the value of the Juno, though.
Absolutely.
They sticking with the Brigitte, but I'm not sure how much you then want to do that, because the Kiri has been getting insane value with the Suzus and the Kitsune rushes. It'd be interesting to see how they fight up against each other.
I do think that Brig would just offer that Juno a little bit more peel, though, compared to the Kiri. Because obviously, Kiri, you know, got the Suzu, got the teleport, but very, very weak defensively. Obviously, she can 1v1, but if there is a hazard or Genji on your Juno, that Kiri is not going to do much at all compared to that Brig. That Brig will absolutely shut down that Genji. With that shield bash and just that flail as well. A lot of damage coming from that Brigitte. Meanwhile, they will take an aggressive stance on the left-hand side. High ground forces OGREALM to back out. After hours, we'll set up at the backer point. Now, obviously, Barriana looking for after hours to be the main sort of target. Recognize they have the rail. Oh, misses the dash. In trouble here. Able just to get out. Then again, it sets up space for Rex to follow up. The Kisoni, the Kiri cleanse, not able to get much value there. Very, very strong dive.
Yeah.
Almost baited that out, did Barry Allen. I definitely don't think it was intentional, but it worked as a bait, and obviously it enabled Rex to just lunge in and get that kill. Barry Allen being shut down, get a little bit too greedy there.
Barry Allen is truly ahead of our time. He knows more than we do, and we are just struggling to comprehend what's going on with him. Actually, the bait of the century, followed up by the false promises of them being able to hold this. He's baiting them. He's making them feel comfortable.
Indeed,
now he's ready to shut their dreams down.
Excellent play, just by Barry Allen in general. Just a solid player all around. Clearly having a lot of fun. Now the Juno Ray coming online for Orion as we approach the last fight and the last checkpoint of the game. Now can Orion claim a 2-0 lead in this victory? Can OGREALM hold out? But meanwhile, After Hours will go down. As to be fair, both players will follow up. Yay and Gralis on the support, cleaning up. And then again,
Orion.
Orion
I think if you're dropping stats like Barry Allen is, I think you might be allowed a little bit of a wall dash or two.
Absolutely. I mean, I must say, very, very strong performance there. Obviously, a very, very, very strong performance by Orion there. On that sort of attack, just able just to mince past that defense. Obviously, you know, OGREALM, they fought a lot better than what they did in that previous in the first map, obviously. So it's definitely something to build on. You know, absolutely, they can take something from this game. They are not out of it yet. They've got one map left to sort of prove themselves. But
I want to point out Barry Allen there because I don't think he was. I don't think he was doing most of the damage, but he's definitely there to get the final hits. He was there for the good dive efforts they had with Darwin. Darwin was just farming up, shooting them down with the railgun, and then Barry Allen was just there to hit them with a quick dash of melee to finish it off. So we head on to Colosseo, where I believe we have a Malga and a Torbjorn ban. Run me through what you think the Malga ban was picked over something more like Hazard.
I think probably because obviously Hazard is, you know, pretty strong on most maps, but I think in this sort of in that middle part of the map where both sets of players are in that corridor, that Malga just able to just close down space.
Is exactly what I was thinking. You know, the Torbjorn ban coming through, close down the space. You know, with the turret, extra damage, extra ult charge towards molten core, which is just an insane zone control, and especially in a game mode like Push, where it's just fighting over the robots, a very small objective. You want that massive ult to be able to cover it all, force them off it, which might even be game ending in terms of overtime. So I think it's a smart idea. Ban out the Torbjorn, get rid of that annoying ultimate, and just play as we normally have, but in a lot more brawler style, I think, especially on Colosseo, a much more tighter map. There's a lot of dive potential, and I think that's why we're seeing as actual turn, Gralis has actually gone Kiri.
Oh, indeed.
I think they've recognized that they might need the value of this. Vay's going on Lucio, though. So that's a little bit of a change up on the healers.
Indeed. I mean, obviously, both supports just trying to see what sort of works for them. I do like the Kiri Lucio backline. A lot of mobility. Both teams just able to get in and out. And obviously, the sound barrier, very, very strong ultimate. Now, both teams just getting a little bit of early poke in this first game. Both Hazards just trying to stay near to that point. Trying to take claim on that spot. But meanwhile, sort of move out to this outside area here for Orion, looking to try and find that opening. Meanwhile, they will fall really low. Golwyn managing to find Toxic.
That's a fine trade for Orion. Take down the tank for a Lucio.
I mean, a very, very strong pick. A very, very good opener for OGREALM. Now, it's to be fair, it was quite an even fight, but then again, it just got so low on that attack. Obviously, Vay going down first, but then they did sort of trade that for the tank, but
unfortunately, it wasn't enough. They were still managed to take him down.
It was not enough indeed. I mean, obviously, meanwhile, After Hours just getting a little bit of damage there, falling a little bit low. We'll stay above half HP. Meanwhile, the wall is used. Oh, what a beautiful play by Barry Allen as he swoops in, gets the clip and the melee. We'll use the recall now just to try and get some of these kills onto the enemy support. They're falling really low. Meanwhile, Rexer will go down again. Not able to
Pop
live
actually
here.
gets a kill out of that.
Indeed, Noxu will go down thanks to Golwyn, and obviously this will be a sort of stagger here for OG Ramos. Toxic will go down last. Now this will be a potential lead.
Very good dives from Orion. Yes,
Indeed. Will be a potential lead coming in for Orion now. Obviously, like you said, a very, very good dive for Orion. Vi gone to pick Rexer back up, but absolutely, strong start here for both teams. And I said, OG Realm, excellent play. What an excellent time. Susan will avoid the last clip there, but Noxu does manage to get Baryon a little bit low. Will be forced into using that recall. Meanwhile, looking for a pulse bomb. Pulse bomb missed, sadly, but not going to be able to find anything. Noxu cleaning up. Will find Gralis. Meanwhile, After Hours will sort of find a kill onto Garwin, winning that Sojin trade. I mean,
OG Realm is fighting. They want to stay in this series. I don't know if Orion will let them, but so far they've got Orion on the back foot right now as they take the lead.
Absolutely, a very, very, very good sort of plan here. Just taking as much space as possible, but they will have the height advantage. They need to sort of contest this.
Hazard ult comes down.
The Hazard ult does come down, and it will find one. After Hours going down. In the meantime, Noxu will find Gralis. Garwin cleaning up, finding Barb. Now, the Genji Blade online here. Can he find something to do with it? Alfie finding Barry Allen. Definitely winnable here for OG Realm, as it is, because Toxic finds Vi. Meanwhile,
Rex's found
Noxu. Oh my god. What is going on, Finn? Noxu will go down thanks to Rexer, but they do have the spawn advantage, and that will be Orion coming back a little bit. Meanwhile, Rexer falling a little bit low. Low half health, but obviously they will take the claim onto that bot now. Sort of mess of fights, trades galore.
This is really scrappy. That's the best word I can find right now.
Indeed. I mean, obviously, both players looking sort of win this map. It's very much needed for OG Round, but then again, it's very much needed for Orion to just try and close this series out, get that 3-0 win. Morales will find Noxu in the meantime, and exactly what I was just talking about. They want to get this done. The Kasuni Rush online. Are they going to use it? No, not yet, as they will be forced to use a Suzu, and Ryan just making OG Ram back out. OG Ram don't want to commit anything to this fight, as Toxic will go down. A very aggressive lunge by Rexer. Will be chased a little bit by Garwin, and obviously Garwin will find two.
Can't decide
maybe
which
three
way this
for
map's gonna go.
Absolutely, it's a very, very...
Orion and OG Realm are not backing down.
It's the toss of a coin. I mean, both teams going at it. Obviously, for the ult economy, Finn, who's looking better here?
Although, they've got overclock, and I think Orion have definitely a lot more ults coming up quicker. Alfie is going to get their own Kitsune up, so maybe not. As they pop overclock.
Indeed.
Malice pops Kitsune Rush. This could be a really... we're
going to find them, but oh my goodness, an excellent dive by Toxic. Does find Vi in the meantime, but he needs to get himself out of this situation in no man's land. Falling really low as Garwin will burn him down, but Noxu in the meantime finding 2 kills. Need to clean up this backline. There's 2 players left alive here. This carry will probably be a little bit staggered. There we go. After Hours cleaning up with the headshot. And they will look to try and claim the lead here.
I mean, you made a point about the ult economy. I only ever needed one, and it's After Hours.
Indeed. I mean, well, close to 4 ultimates on the side of Orion. Are they going to look to use them here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, they need to. I think maybe they sort of combo that blade with either the beat just gives that Genji a little bit more
say beat
tankiness.
and use it for a defensive reason. But they might engage and see if they can bait out Kitsune Rush with blades. Maybe their own Kitsune.
Suzu being used.
The Kitsune.
Oh, but it's an excellent ultimate by Rexer. Will trap 2. And obviously, 3 ults being committed there. The beat has an ultimate.
Never mind, Ollie. Take
Genji
what I
blade.
previously said and just throw that in the bin and just ult rescue.
It is the commentator's curse, to be fair. Now, Orion looking to finally close out this series. We'll get some more progress onto this cart. We'll get the forward spawner as they have traversed the bot halfway over the map. Overclock being used quite early, immediately after getting it by Garwin. A little bit too far back to really get much out of it. Not going to find much. Maybe a little bit of a waste. OG Ram just farming up ultimates. Close to that Juno Ray, close to that Genji Blade. A very, very nice combo. But it's healing and damage boost increase. It's an excellent dive. It's an excellent dive. Careful. Needs to try and avoid that that boop. Any boots off the map was toxic. Toxic a little bit of no man's land here. Needs to try and get out, but he will be punished for his greenness. Rexer will find him. Now they can absolutely recontest it.
If you notice, Rexer would manage to block Toxic off from an escape plan, so he just got fed ult charge basically.
Indeed, using that obviously the hazard was a lot better than what Toxic was doing, but Genji Blade online now will look to go fast. Need to try and find it. Won't find anyone. Missing every dash, but will find a Kiriko in the meantime. That's what they've been looking for. As Elfie will clean up and find Going in the meantime, and that will be Team OGREALM getting final touch on this point, and they will be looking to push all the way.
Do you want to note, however, that although OGREALM have been absolutely dominating these past few fights, apart from when they just lost Toxic, they didn't actually manage to gain any distance. It was still all on their side of the map.
Indeed, only 2 online, only 2 at the point here, and obviously they've got the support advantage due to Orion. They just need to back off a little bit. I mean, but look how fast this team is back. They're already back here. Obviously, that forward squad advantage will be really crucial. But meanwhile, after I was looking a little bit low, they will have to sort of give, you know, respect the space a little bit here, OGREALM. The hazard ultimate being used. It's an excellent counter ultimate, but won't find as much fire as what it did for Rexer. Rexer finding 2. Team able to follow up. Overclock still available. You know what? After hours will deploy theirs and will find 1, but they will be punished by Vi. Getting that beat onto the beat used. Sort of shut down any chance of OG rounds. I don't think that beat
was needed personally. You got 2 of them. You had a 2-man advantage. Sure, you might have lost someone, but they can get back in no time. I'm not sure that was the smartest idea using that beat, because now they have Genji Blade coming up. They have the Juno Ray coming up. I'm not sure that was the smartest idea.
I mean, to be fair, they do have 2 ultimates to sort of make up for it. Like Genji Blade and Going has overclock, so we'll see how they sort of use it. But the Genji Blade being used early will find Noxu in the meantime, but Allen falling a little bit low. Looking for a little bit of support, will be punished by After Hours. Now OGREALM not dying just yet, not giving up just yet. Meanwhile, Rexer will find Toxic. They need to shut down this Sojourn, which is Going, and Going will be finally punished. Alfie cleaning up, finding Going. But no, not
giving up here, to get out with his life.
Indeed, not giving up for OGREALM. They'll probably just look to play for that overclock and rush. But yeah, absolutely strong play all around. Juno Ray being used early. The overclock will also, sorry, not the overclock. The Sojourn Ray will find Barry Allen a lot of damage onto them. Will be cleaned up by, I believe, the hazard wall. Yeah. But very, very early overclock used by Going, as they're not going to find much here. Not really any charge. Not really find much. But meanwhile, Vi, in the meantime, Toxic getting a little bit too eager for his team. Will be punished once again as Rexer will clean up and find After Hours. Now, it will be Orion taking the free map victory. A very, very strong performance for them. Thoughts on that, Finn?
I would like to shout out Rexer. I think he had the perfect amount of aggression in there. He was managing to find scenarios and take space. And he was getting insane value. Like, look at this.
Indeed, an excellent ultimate as well. And obviously just able just to lunge in, get that execute off. I mean,
I think it was a combination of great aggression from Rexer and amazing follow-ups on the DPS. I think, especially Barry Allen. Golden wasn't really there as much as he was the other games, but they still managed to get insane value.
Indeed, obviously, you know, its overall composition, they just played the meta a lot better. And obviously, you know, maybe the bans didn't really work in their favor. Obviously, banning the Malga, banning the Ball. But then again, a very, very strong performance by Orion to get their 3-0 win. Excellent play.
I think that could have gone either way.
Indeed. I think we're going to look for our MVP, Finn. Who would you sort of give it to?
Oh, it's a really possible. I think possibly Barry Allen. I think.
I would have to second that as well. Barry Allen, an excellent player all around, will be our MVP for today. Now, obviously, I believe we have our closing next match, which is on Wednesday, which I believe is versus Power Clappers. So excellent play all around here by Orion. Strong performance indeed, but a very, very strong play.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained.
Indeed. But no, credit where credit is due. Obviously, Barry Allen, what a player indeed.
Yeah.
Dropping kills after kills after kills. I mean, the first game alone, 30 eliminations, 3 deaths. Insane on that Tracer.
You can tell that when he's got a solid like comms going, solid dive going, he's a monster. Like the amount of kills that I saw him involved in was insane. And like even though on Samoa he was on Tracer, he was kind of just doing his own thing. When he swapped to Genji on Blizzard Worlds, he was involved everywhere.
Indeed. I mean, obviously a very, very strong play all around. But yeah, stomping by Orion, a 3-0 performance versus OGREALM. OGREALM unlucky, but they did play really well.
They put up a valiant effort.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. So I've been Oliver Day. Thank you so much for watching.
I've been Frogo. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.